that was our first real complete game by our team. That's how we're meant to play. And again, our team meetings this week was this is I know it's not even Halloween yet, but this is November football for us when you go on the road and play the 49ers, a team that's had a ton of success over the last couple of years in this league that we have a ton of respect for. So proud of the way that our guys fought, proud of the way they controlled the game in the second half, and were able to get us this win.
What can you say about Joe Burrow today? What stood out the most, maybe even beyond the numbers? 19 consecutive completions is pretty good. But that typically means that everybody else is doing their job as well. And this was a big challenge for our offensive line, big challenge for our backs and our tight ends as well. They rose to that challenge. They were where they needed to be. They did a great job giving him a pocket he could work with. Great job by our receivers playing on time and being where they needed to be so he could find them. That extension, on the first 3rd and 10, that T made himself available and got that big. That really catapulted us into the game. We sit here and talk about these games that we've lost, and it was those plays that we didn't make early in the game. And so that's a play that jumpstarts you, and you end up scoring a touchdown, and that's really what it comes down to.
What do you think about the way he moved? That was an unbelievable move, and then the way he ran. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, I don't use that word unbelievable anymore, really, to be honest with you. But that first one, I'm joking because that's just kind of what you come to expect, and it's just a great job. And again, I've learned just to keep my mouth shut, not say anything, not think anything negative while he's back there in the pocket moving around. You've just learned a lesson year 4 here. But again, that was a big play, and he did a good job with his feet. He did a good job versus 2-man running through. That's the best play you can get. Did a good job checking to a quarterback draw on a big 3rd down. So again, those are just things that he's year 4 here. He's stepping up and recognizing coverages and knowing how to attack them with his feet when he needs to.
What's about Pratt and Wilson?
We wouldn't trade them out for anybody. There's a lot of good linebacker duos in this league. We wouldn't trade that pair for anybody. And for both those guys to step up and get takeaways, Jermaine's was down in the low red, 1st and goal on the 8. Unbelievable pick. I didn't see Logan's. I was over there talking to Burrow, but I'm sure that was great too. I saw the stat, in my post game that he's got the most picks by a linebacker since 2020. That's just great ball skills. That's the receiver / safety that he's gotten his skill set over there from Wyoming in high school, and just really, really proud of the way that those two guys played.
How about the way your team was able to win here at San Francisco? They hadn't lost a game this season. They only lost 1 game last year.
They had won 11 in a row. And that's things we feed our players, because this is the type of team that responds to that. They want to hear that. They want to hear that Buffalo had 1 home loss in the playoffs in their history. They want to hear that this team's, won 11 in a row at home, because someone's got to beat them, and it's going to be us, So I think that's just kind of the edge that these guys play with. They want that information to fuel them, and they responded how I assumed that they would.
Zach, what did going under center maybe unlock for you guys today that you haven't been able to do because you haven't been able to do it?
Yeah, there's just some things that we felt like we could do to attack them, and felt like our guys did a great job executing. We kind of had a plethora. That's a fun word I haven't used yet up here. A variation of things that we could do there, and I thought our guys did a great job. Finished really with the same run there a couple plays in a row. Our guys were just doing a great job blocking it. That Mixon scored on, and really proud of the way that those guys. That's tough. That's tough to block the same play 3 times in a row, and our guys responded the right way. And Mixon made a great cut and scored a big touchdown there.
Burrow's touchdown to Chase there, the slot fade,
Yeah.
fake screen or whatever. Was that a play that you were saving for a moment, right after the interception, right there in scoring range? Were you sitting on that all day, or what was the background on that pick?
It almost come up that the play we hit Chase with at the end of the 2-minute drive that got us down inside the 10. It was kind of toggling between those two, and we chose the one that was a big gain for us. And just came back at the right moment. That play was a suggestion by somebody on the headset. I don't know who to give credit to, but that's a good spot for it. That was Brian and Troy early in the week putting that play in based on something they saw, and it was a good job just by our coaching staff finding the right moment to get to that play. And Joe and Jamar and TB did a great job selling it and getting to it.
Was the idea at the start of the season was that the offense would always kind of look like it did today, and Burrow and everything just kind of had to get here? Maybe a bigger change.
This is what we know we're capable of, and we left some stuff on the field. We left, it was tough. The field goal that we missed, we put Evan in a tough spot. We knew in warm-ups that was the tough direction. That was a tough distance. I think we had a sack that kind of took us out of rhythm there. That was a tough one, and then he drained the 56-yarder going the other way. But I don't remember what your question was now. What the offense looked like. Yeah.
Specifically from an under center perspective. Just Burrow couldn't do it, you said.
I think it just gives us more variation, more things for teams to work on. But again, I thought that the team executed really well versus a team that you're going to have to execute well to beat. You're not just going to get free plays against them. They're going to make you earn everything. I thought they did a really good job adjusting coming out of halftime and making things challenging for us. And so, again, our guys found a way to respond and found a way to make some plays, and was proud of the response that we had there.
You got a
Back
game.
here, you run for 134, you only give up 3 sacks, extra special to get him this win.
Say that one more time.
For Coach Paul and get him back
Yeah.
here and to run it like this and to protect like that, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Coach to coach.
Yeah, that is, for a guy that played for the Niners like that, I'm sure brings back a lot of memories for him. And it's cool that, the guys played hard for him. They always play hard for him. But that's a cool moment that I'm sure Frank has. I'm sure he got a chance to see a lot of people. Troy Walters played at Stanford, Blitnikoff winner. So we've got a lot of guys with ties, 6 players with Northern Cal ties as well, 7 really, Mike Thomas. This is a meaningful stop for a lot of our coaches and players here.
This is
you
feel
got-
like the form that kind of led y'all to deep playoff runs last couple of years, what y'all showed today?
I think we played a good game. There's going to be things that we have to clean up. We're not just going to gloss over those. But again, I just like how our team responded in different moments. And you look in the second half, offense starting the half with 3 points, defense creating turnovers in the second half, getting big stops. Offense responding up 7 with we need a touchdown. We don't need a field goal. We need a touchdown and find a way to finish it off. And Evan coming through on some big kicks. Special teams stepping up big on coverage. And so just really proud of our team. It wasn't perfect, but really proud of the way that they came together and took control of the game in the second half.
Did Hendrickson, obviously he gave you something to get hurt,
Yeah.
came back, did he talk himself in? What was going on?
Yeah,
How did he get back?
we had a couple injuries where guys just got stepped on. Just coincidentally, guys got stepped on. I'm sure he's really sore. I'm sure it wasn't easy for him. There's probably some limitations he dealt with there in the second half, but I can think of a few times where guys maybe got hit on the side or stepped on, and so nothing hopefully significant there.
You had so many plays that were obviously great today, but the fumble before halftime you couldn't have liked. What went into that play call, first of all, and what was the kind of the message afterwards about, were you worried that could be a difference maker in the game?
To take points off the board, is bothersome, obviously. In hindsight, yeah, here's what you got to look at. What's your process you're following? So I like the play call from a process standpoint. Obviously, the coverage they played, it's not a great look for it. It doesn't give Joe a lot of good answers there. He's got 3 different options. He chose the third that he should have, and it doesn't give us a lot of good options there. And then we just got a hand on the football. So the process that got us there, taking a shot on a run there, probably calling timeout, and then taking some shots in the end zone, throwing the ball. It didn't work out for us. Of course, anytime something like that happens, you're regretful of the call, but you just got to get back to the process that got us there and led to that call, and that's what I felt comfortable with. It didn't turn out our way.
Coming out at halftime, Zach, after a situation like that, to at least put points on the board.
Yeah.
How significant was that?
It was significant. That's why you defer. That's why you get the ball to start the second half. We were hoping for that double whammy there, scoring at the end of the half and then getting the ball back and putting points on the board before they touched it, like they did to us in 2019. But it didn't work out that way. But I thought that was a good start by the offense, setting the tone, and then defense responding.
You didn't going to put Mac back out there after he missed the
No.
50, but I guess it was because of the wind, the direction of the wind.
No, and also, we would have obviously played the situation smart going the other way, but just full trust that, he can rise to the moment. And even in tough conditions, he stepped up and done it. He's done it before.
Yeah, I mean, it was windy, so I guess that was...
It was windy. Yeah, it was probably a little windier in the first half, I think, than the second half. But he did a good job responding how we knew he would.
How impressive was the efficiency and the power in the run game against a good defense?
It's a good job. And I thought, starting with Frank, there was a lot of good run variation to start the week. I liked the plan that he had in place. I thought Frank and Derek Frazier did a great job. And these guys executed it. They believed in it. They executed it. They ran hard. We hit them at the right moments sometimes. And so just really proud of the execution of the run game today.
The cameras caught Lou and everybody kind of jumping on him right after Trey Hendrickson sacked to kind of end the game.
Okay.
What did you think of his plan today?
There's a lot of times I don't want the camera on Lou, so I'm glad to hear that was good.
What did you think of his defensive game plan and
Awesome.
obviously the way it worked out?
I mean, he's the best, right? Like, he puts these guys in position. That's half the battle. The other half is the guys having confidence and believing that he's going to put them in the right position, and they do. And so you get that extra little bit out of your guys when they believe in what you're telling them to do, and he pushes the right buttons at the right times. And he's, he does a great job being emotional and then being composed, like great defensive coordinators do. So love him to death. We're very happy to have him. He's, we've been through thick and thin here together, obviously, and We always liked what we saw and what was capable of, and he's gotten them to play their potential. And so we're very fortunate with him and the entire defensive staff.